Hey, this is comedian Dave Russo. On this edition of the Wicked Funny Comedy Tour, sponsored by Magner's Irish Cider, we hit the legendary Dick's Beantown Comedy Vault. On tonight's bill, we have the very, very funny Mr. John David.
Before I got married, I used to drink beer. I used to eat steak. I used to have sex.
And the man in the sandbox, Mr. Chris Zito.
There are three big issues that could really destroy a marriage: money, in-laws, and sex. Those are the big three. And I was, having sex with my in-laws for money, so.
Also joining us tonight is the yummy mummy herself, Miss Carrie Louise.
And the older you get and the more kids you have, and I'm pushing them out two at a time, the hornier you get for the 17-year-old boys. You know what I'm saying, ladies?
And Carrie's very funny other half, her hubby, Mr. Tom Carter.
And some of the girls get the tongue piercing, which is very hot, and it's also why I had my penis magnetized. Some of them, is that out loud? Sorry, I have Tourette's.
Stand by and be prepared to laugh as the Wicked Funny Comedy Tour, sponsored by Magner's Irish Cider, is next.
I love that Dirty Water TV.
And I love that Dirty Water TV.
And we love that Dirty Water.
Dirty Water TV, all over Boston you'll see. Dirty Water TV, wherever you want to be. Dirty Water.
I'm your host, Dave Russo. This is the Wicked Funny Comedy Tour.
Lust after Dirty Water TV.
And I love Dirty Water TV, mostly because I'm on it right now. I love that Dirty Water TV. It's filthy.
Give it up for Dave Russo.
Funny man Dave Russo has quickly become one of the country's most versatile and sought-after comics. His high-energy act showcases his quick wit.
45 years of marriage. Imagine being married for 45 years, sir? Holy smoke. Would seem like the car payment that never ended, huh?
Artful storytelling.
I had to bring my parents to the grand opening of Hooters in Las Vegas. I walk in and he's like, "Sir, would you like a beer?" I was like, I kind of got a strange craving for a glass of milk.
Dave has headlined in Vegas and performed at some of the best comedy clubs in New York and LA. After winning the Boston International Comedy Festival's Best New Comic Award, Dave received national attention, beating out over 5,000 entertainers, winning a spot on the E! Entertainment Network series, The Entertainer, starring Mr. Las Vegas, Wayne Newton.
Big round of applause, Mr. Dave Russo!
All women in the year 2004 have had their breasts reduced in the 90s and 80s decade, put together because of lower back pain. Ladies, suck it up.
Dave has appeared on Comedy Central, NBC's The Today Show, The Phantom Gourmet, and was selected by the producer of NBC's Last Comic Standing to perform on NESN's Comedy All-Stars.
Nice. They got makeup on me right now, which is kind of makeup. Yeah, I feel pretty.
Dave also proudly performs for the troops, appearing regularly with the USO. Dave Russo has worked with comic heavyweights Lenny Clark, Dave Chappelle, Louis Black, and Stephen Wright. Sit back and get ready to laugh as Magner's Irish Cider presents the Dirty Water TV Wicked Funny Comedy Tour. Here's your host, Dave Russo.
Thank you. Hey, wait. Mr. Dick Doherty, everybody. Dick Doherty, give him a round of applause, Mr. Dick Doherty. He's had this club here for over 23 years. And I want to thank all of you for coming out. My name's Dave Russo. I am the host of the Wicked Funny Comedy Tour on Dirty Water TV, sponsored by Magner's Irish Cider. Let's give Magner's Irish Cider a nice round of applause because they are sponsoring the show. You know how people date my age right now? You know how people date? They do 8-minute dating, right, ladies? 6-minute dating, internet dating. You know what the worst part of internet dating? You go to pick up the girl, that guy Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator opens the door, you know? With like a glass of lemonade, chocolate chip cookies, and you're like, crap, not again. And you guys ready to keep the show started, everybody? I'm ready to keep it going. We came up with this show to promote the best Boston comedy clubs, which has been here. This club has been here for 23 years, and to promote the best of Boston comedy. So are we fans of Boston comedy? Yes? All right? And the first time I was ever on stage was right here at Dick's Beantown Comedy Vault 13 years ago, and the host of the show was one of my favorites and one of my dear friends, and he's a Boston favorite and a regular right here. I'd like to give you a nice warm welcome to my good friend, Mr. John David, everybody. John David! Woo! All right, brother.
Thanks, Russ.
Yep, you got it.
Dave Russo right there, Dave Russo. How are we? How we doing? I'm John David. I'm wicked funny, so this is going to be great. I know you're looking at me going, what the hell is with his hair? Let's get that out of the way. Supercuts, there you go. Yeah, my niece got a job over there. I was her first client. At no time during the haircut did I say, make me look like a lesbian. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I figured I might as well get married. I'm getting older. I'm 23 now. I figured, what the hell? Now, you know what it was? Peer pressure. All my buddies are married. They're like, dude, you're the last one. You gotta get married. They tell me how great it is. Oh, it's paradise. Every day is total bliss. The whole time I know they're sucking me into that pit of hell. Seriously, before I got married, I used to drink beer. I used to eat steak. I used to have sex. Now I'm married. I drink wine. We eat sushi. I masturbate. I mean, I don't know. You ever go to the dollar store? I'm down the men's aisle, coloring books, duct tape, screwdrivers, men's underwear, 3 pairs for $1. Right on the package it says bloopers may be irregular. Thinking, how bad can these be? It's underwear. I'm taking my chances. I'm wearing them now. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. I tell you, the dink hole's way over here. The dink hole is over here. Like I have a unit shooting out of my hip. I don't know. Bad day at the dollar store. I drop a deuce, my dick's looking for a way out, and I don't know what time it is. I don't know. You guys have been great. Thank you very much. John David, go Bruins. NESN. Woo!
Mr. John David, everybody. John David! We are here to promote the best of Boston comedy and the history of Boston comedy. Now, this gentleman started at the inception of Boston comedy, right from where the Ding Ho started. The Ding Ho started out with people like Stephen Wright and Lenny Clark and Steve Sweeney. This gentleman's a regular host right here on Thursday nights. It's the Comedy Sandbox. He's a radio personality, one of my best buds. How about a nice round of applause, Mr. Chris Zito, everybody. Chris Zito.
David, kiss me on the mouth, you son of a bitch. Thank you very much.
You were actually the first person ever to perform when this club opened. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, it was just, I guess we opened like 23, 24 years ago, and I was a young comic, and I was hosting that show, so when the show started, boom, I'm the first guy up there. I'm like, welcome to the Comedy Ball. It's our first night.
And the reason why I'm doing the comedy show here is the first time I ever got on stage was right here 13 years ago. You had 23, so you're 10 years. And you said,
yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how old you are, but 23 years you've been doing comedy. Look how fantastic this
I've actually been doing comedy longer than that, because I'm an old guy, Dave. I just, you know.
He's not that old.
I don't really know anybody here, so I don't know what you people do for a living, but this is my job. I know. I'm at work. Right now. God bless America. Show business, baby. There are jobs in show business that just don't exist in other businesses. I have a friend in LA, just got a great job at a Hollywood studio. He's an idea man. Now, that's his entire job description. Idea man. How much would you love that job? I'd march in on my first day. How's it going? Chris Zito. New idea man. Working on some new ideas for you. How about if we break for lunch? Good idea. You'd like that one? Yeah. Hey, how about a nice 3-day weekend? Excellent idea. Where's my check? I couldn't have a real job. I would get fired if I had a real job. I've been a professional smartass for 30 years. I mean, I've gotten to a point in my life, I can't resist an opportunity to mess with people. This is why I go into a fast food restaurant. I always address the counter help by their first name, which confuses the hell out of them, because they have forgotten they're wearing a name tag. Would you like to supersize that, sir? Not tonight, Brenda. Oh my God, how'd you know my name? Seriously? I'm not telling. I did read this one article that said there are 3 big issues that could really destroy a marriage: money, in-laws, and sex. Those are the big 3. And I was, you know, having sex with my in-laws for money, so. I mean, you gotta figure she's only gonna put up with that for so long. So. Actually, I'm really glad you guys laughed at that joke. I did that joke in Kentucky, and they were like, what's wrong with that? That sounds like a loving family. Well, there's a win-win situation. I'm on stage thinking, oh my God, situation, is that even a real word? I don't know that word. I don't remember ever hearing the password is situation. Never. The other thing I think is working out well for my wife and I is we know who's in charge of what. That's important in a marriage, right? You got to know what to expect of each other. And that's working out very well for us, except for one thing. My wife is in charge of all the clocks in the house. And they're a mess. I know what some of you are thinking. You're saying, come on, Chris, give her a break. A lot of people do this, you know. They set their clock a few minutes fast, you know, to fool themselves so they're never late. Yeah, I don't get that. If you're the one setting the clock, who are you fooling? Are these same people at home by themselves, jumping out from behind doors and startling themselves? Boo! Ah! Oh my God, I never saw me coming. No, it goes way beyond that because it's a different time in every room of the house. Clock in the living room is 5 minutes fast. Clock in the bedroom is 10 minutes fast. Clock in the kitchen, 15 minutes fast. 15 minutes! Sometimes I look up from breakfast, I have a stroke, I'm not kidding. I have to do math to know the correct time in my own home. The only advantage I can think of is if I'm in the kitchen running late for work, I can go to the living room, buy a few extra minutes. Hey, you guys are great. Thank you so much for coming out to the Comedy Vault. Thank you.
Up next on the Wicked Funny Comedy Tour, sponsored by Magnus Irish Cider, she's part Generation X, part Girl Next Door. She's the hilarious Yummy Mummy, Miss Carrie Louise.
There's tons of books out there on how to have a baby girl. Do you know that you have to change your diet? There's different sexual positions. I got my husband in on it. He's like, well, let's have sex this way. This way will get us the girl. I'm like, honey, that way will get us no baby whatsoever.
That's when Dirty Water TV returns.